Look what I have here. My local camera store, Fujifilm Sling, has a small little event where you can test out the Fujifilm X-E5, and I'm happy I'm trying this camera right now. What really surprised me with the X-E5, having it the first time in my hands, is definitely the build quality. It really reminds me of the GFX 100RF, especially the top plate here. Also the dials are feeling very tactile, and we are quite surprised about the build quality of this new Fujifilm X-E5. Also the shutter sound. Very satisfying in my opinion. I like it. What I also like is this rope strap. I believe that the GFX 100RF has it normally in the box, and when I understand the Fuji salesman correctly, this will be also delivered with the X-E5, and in my opinion this is very high quality strap, and in my opinion every camera brand should put this into their boxes of cameras. Also, of course, thanks to the interchangeable option you have here on the X-E5, here's the newly released 23mm 2.8 lens, and you can see this is an awesome form factor for this camera. In my opinion, this lens is great in build quality. It also feels metal-like, but I'm not sure if you can hear it. It hunts quite a lot when you try to focus. Focus speed is okay. It's similar to the X100VI, but and this is just something I'm just noticing using it here just for a few minutes.
Thank you for clicking on this video and watching until this point. My name is Fug, aka Phil, and I'm a hobbyist photographer who has a sweet spot for retro style cameras. And as I mentioned before, I unfortunately didn't have a lot of time with the X-E5 to shoot with that. I basically had just a couple of minutes to take some snapshots, but I believe that most of you already have seen a lot of videos regarding the image quality of this 40 megapixel sensor from Fujifilm, because this sensor of the X-E5 is the same sensor which is also built in the X-T5 and also the X100VI. Again, I was quite surprised regarding the build quality of the X-E5. Based on the price, I was somehow, I'm not sure, but I was somehow expecting a quality between the XM5 and the X100VI. The X100VI was, in my opinion, good quality camera compared to the X-T5. I was not a fan about the build of the X-T5. I mentioned that before a couple of times, that for me the XT lineup, XT1, XT2, XT3 build quality was great, and with the XT4 and 5 I had the feeling that Fuji had to find ways to make it more efficient, feeling cheap, you could say. Not the case with the X-E5. Again, it reminded me of the GFX 100RF, which I tested a few weeks ago. So I was very surprised by that. The X-E5 feels very nice in the hands, and you could say that somehow, if you have the camera in your hands, the price jump is somehow justified. At least you don't have the feeling you have a cheap camera in your hands. As you also might have seen in the previews, the X-E5 has the tilt up screen, similar to, back in the days I think it was Sony and Canon, especially in their APC cameras which had these tilt up screens. It feels quite solid, and I think a lot of photographers will welcome this kind of solution. In my opinion, the tilt-up screen was also looking fine. Regarding the viewfinder, I have to say that despite everything I saw online on the previews and so on, in my first hands-on experience, the viewfinder looks fine. I can imagine that perhaps if you wear glasses, it might be not as ideal. Resolution and magnification, it was fine based on the first hands-on experience I had. And also much better than this, the Lumix S9, which basically has almost the same dimension like the X-E5, but some of you might know this camera does have not a viewfinder, and therefore shooting stills on the X-E5 with that viewfinder was just fine. What makes the X-E5 also interesting in my opinion is of course the interchangeable mount. Besides having that satisfying mechanical shutter, because the X100VI or the X100 lineup in general, they feature the leaf shutter, which does have its own benefits. With the interchangeable mount, of course, you can use any kind of Fuji X-mount lenses on that camera. And in my opinion, the thing which makes it quite interesting is combining the X-E5 with other lightweight lenses. Thankfully, Fujifilm also allows third-party options, and here comes in mind the Viltrox lenses I saw. I think TT Artisan and so on also have their solutions, and therefore you have quite a lot of options to set up your X-E5 kit with a fast prime lens. I think Viltrox has these 1.7 lenses, but these are relatively small and lightweight, which might be a nice fit for the X-E5. I assume that a lot of you have already seen the preview videos of the X-E5, and comment below, would you be interested in that Fujifilm camera? I personally do like these cameras from Fujifilm, or in general with the rangefinder style. That's just my personal taste, besides my preference for retro style cameras and also small and compact cameras. And what do you think? Should I sell my Lumix S9? I made a video about that topic up here and found basically my S9 for an X-E5. As I mentioned before, the X-E5 is interestingly almost the same dimensions like the Lumix S9, but the X-E5 being a retro style camera and also more photography oriented, it might fit into my channel in general, but also to my personal taste. Let me know what you think and comment down below. Would you be interested in the Fuji X-E5 in general? And also, would a comparison between the retro style cameras I currently have, the Nikon ZF and the OM3, be interesting for you? Again, let me know down below. I also want to take a quick moment to thank Fotoprofi and Sasha from Fujifilm for letting me check out the X-E5. I had a lot of fun, not only checking out the camera, but especially the conversations we had all together. If you made it until this point, thank you very much for your time watching. You are the one who deserves the like for that. If you want to support my small little channel, check the affiliate links below in the description, or buy me a coffee, link also in the description. And again, if you want to find out why I'm thinking about selling the Lumix S9, just click on this video and have a nice day.